All right. So, who would like to do a quick little recap of last time?
We got a note from somebody that's wanting, like a landlord, that's wanting us to go check out the fucking house that the most recent tenants just like fucking ran out of because they said that there was some bullshit going on. Haunting or demonic possession or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
In Boston.
Yes. You have all moved to Boston for the time being. Not
Woe
literally.
betide us all.
And we met with the landlord dude. And he is paying us per day, I think.
Yes, it is $20 a day, I believe.
Which is a lot of fucking money.
Yep.
And so first thing we did was we went to the insane asylum to see the former residents of this house. And they're both different types of wackadoo. One is
Yep.
the dude is like quoting Bible scriptures, kind of, or obsessed with the Bible, and he is being restrained to the bed, and is like saying that you have to defeat the enemy with his own weapons or some shit. And then the lady is not catatonic, but very not present.
Terrified.
She's scared, yes, but even more than scared, she just kind of checks out. And Evie talked to the asshole doctor. And I don't remember what she found out.
He thinks he's doing great.
Of course he is. He went to Harvard. Haven't you heard?
Ah, yes. I hear they're doing pretty well these days for such a new school.
And the decision was made to try and find out more of the history of this place by going to the newspaper and looking at their archives.
Is that where you guys are going?
I think.
I don't know. I'll be honest, I forgot.
I think that's what we settled on.
Because I know that like the
Iris?
options were newspaper and then asylum and then something else, and newspaper was the next step.
Because we agreed that nobody wanted to deal with microfiche, I believe.
There was, in the handout, it lists the Boston Globe, Central Library, or Hall of Records as suggestions. You guys just came up with the asylum. Well, I don't mean came up with. You thought of that.
Laser session 0 notes. Where the fuck? Oh, it was in Discord. I'm sitting here like, where is it on Roll20?
Sorry, it's easier for me to screenshot and put in the Discord chat than it is to put it on the Roll20.
I keep opening and closing session 0 notes, and I'm like, this doesn't say what I need it to say. I opened and closed it like 3 or 4 times. It's magically gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the Hall of So what's the Boston Globe is newspaper? You know what the library
Yep.
is. What's the Hall of Records?
Let me see. It's essentially just like city records, like civil court records and shit like that.
Well, still probably be easiest at either the library or the Boston Globe to get initial information to then find out what we need to find from the Hall of Records if we need to find something from there. Because that's not going to be all legal shit.
Yeah, I agree. I think the newspaper is the proper call there.
So to Boston Globe.
I give thumbs up.
Okay. To the Boston Globe. And you all depart. And I think you guys went there like in the morning, like after your breakfast. So by the time you leave the sanitarium, it's probably like what, 2? By the time you reach your destination?
Yeah, depending on how far out of town the sanitarium is.
It's a
So
few miles, I believe. It's not that far.
a little after lunchtime.
Yeah, like a little after lunch. You know. Ow. Sorry, throat hurts a little bit.
That's a mood. That's my like grumpiness of the day. I love when the seasons change because it gets cool, but that also means I usually get sick.
Oh, mine's just from drive-thru.
Mine's because I enjoy the cold, but the cold hates me when it first comes around.
Unfortunate. But let's see. Ugh, fuck. So, you guys taking a taxi? Because you guys, or did you guys? Yeah, you guys took a train, so you gotta like hail a cab, or like call the cab company to get picked up. So as you guys go through the city, again, nothing too new for most of you, because again, it is another city. But again, there's a different vibe and flavor to Boston that's a bit different than New York. Than most of you.
The flavor is racism.
It's the 1920s, man. Everywhere is racist.
Boston is the most racist city, like major city. Like there's something evil in the heart of Boston, dude.
Like to state for the
There's all the
record
tea in the
that
harbor.
this Twitch channel does not necessarily agree with everything that comes out of Kira's mouth. That is her own opinion. I have been to Boston twice, had a decent time both times, but I was also drunk both times, so can't make much of a comment.
For
Good
legal
place to go
reasons?
drinking.
Huh. Have to keep that in mind. As if I'll ever go anywhere. Anyway, back to the game. All of you arrive. The taxi just drops you off at the front steps of a pretty, like, busy building. You see that there are people kind of going in and out. You see a lot of people actually coming in, and you get the feeling that, like, the late lunches have come back. But as you all enter, there's people going up and down stairs. There's people talking by different, like, the words hard. There's just a lot of people. It's very busy. Just envision the Daily Planet from one of the early Superman movies.
Christopher Reeve's Superman movies.
Yeah.
Best ones.
Yeah, one of the old school Superman movies, Daily Planet. And that's essentially what we've got here. You see that there is a receptionist at a desk. And it looks like she is busy compiling a bunch of papers in different piles. But she does look up, give you guys a smile as she like goes back to what she's doing.
I don't suppose there's one of those nifty, like, this is what is on this floor type signs on the building.
The
I mean,
directory?
Yeah.
yeah, there's. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, there is one. It's more so the top upper floors kind of point you to editors' offices, some of them by name. There's a little mention of it's kind of just like different floors for different departments.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also mention so like, there's the editors, there's the like writers, there's all the like the journalists, there's the morgue, like all listed down below. You see that all of the like quote unquote people jobs, like editors and journalists and stuff, are all on the upper floors. And you see that the morgue is in the basement.
Morgue as in
But all
dead
of
body
the
morgue?
maybe it just says morgue.
So,
That's what it's called.
has morgue been used in
So
a
I see
different
the
context?
newspaper is they're holding on to dead bodies for the cops, I guess.
Would any of your characters know anything about newspapers?
I I would assume Evie would know about like periodicals, like science TM, not newspapers.
I mean, researching? I don't know.
Hmm.
I feel like
So you probably
library use or
assume.
something would be useful. Sorry, I'm currently dying right now.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So I'll say this since we have two researchers. Um, no role required. You would assume that morgue is not literal morgue. It's probably something else.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna like metagame it, but I had to look it up because I was very confused. I understand.
hmm hmm But yes, you guys see that the directory is in front, kind of just like in a central area. But the stairs leading to where you would go to those different floors is past the receptionist desk, so you would have to get past her.
Walk in like you own own the place. Don't even look at reception. Just keep going. Easy.
Is that the plan you want to go with?
It's all about confidence. No, that's not the plan I want to go with. I'm just saying it's an option.
I don't know. It feels like you kind of wanted to do that.
If you look important enough.
Fucking Nathan's at the back of the pack. He is still very much out of his element. He is here to hold the fucking jackets, man.
All right, all right. Evie will strut up to the receptionist. Let me fucking find this voice. Receptionist is a young lady. What's that?
It's an older lady.
Older lady. Older lady. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Madame.
She looks like, yeah, she has got graying hair pulled up into a very, very tight bun. And she's wearing like very, very loose dress that's got some fun patterns on it. But she's got this like very, very thick coat over it. Like, she probably looks like she's in her like 70s kind of old.
70s. Okay, you said slightly older.
Yeah.
That crosses
Crosses.
the border into older.
Listen, as I described her, I decided how old she was.
I see. So you will. It's the afternoon, right?
Yes, it's like 2 p.m.
Good afternoon, madam. How are you today?
She looks up. Looks like she's got a bunch of like different papers and different piles, and she's like taking like loose papers from like a box and she's sorting them across her desk. And she looks up, and as she looks up, she gives a smile. And Evie, as she opens her mouth, the first thing that you smell is just smoke. There isn't smoke, actual smoke, but you can
Of
tell that
course.
she just finished off probably about an entire fucking pack for
To be
her lunch
fair,
break.
it is the 20s.
Yes.
That is very standard.
Yes.
I would also like
And
to say this Twitch channel does not condone cigarettes or the use of tobacco. We just do it for the sake of the setting. Don't do it, kids.
Don't
no smoking,
smoke.
don't do
Stay
drugs.
in school.
For legal
Yeah, fuck
reasons.
cigarettes.
If you need any more reasons
But it
than
is
that,
period appropriate.
I can tell you the pictures I have had to see doing the research for tobacco companies. Not fun.
When did we become family friendly?
Oh, we've never been family friendly. There's certain things that I feel like I do need to put context on.
Yeah.
I have done the tobacco
Yeah.
disclaimer before.
Pretty smart.
Evidently, the character of Boston is something you're willing to defend.
That is so I don't get flamed if anybody from Boston ever watches one of these and decides that he wants to have a fight. Pick a fight with Kira, not with me.
Or she.
Anyway, long story short, smoking's bad, kids. Don't do it. However, this old lady has made her choice.
Made her
She
choice and then some.
yeah, because as she turns, she gets a very, very like soft smile to Evie, and you see that there are like laugh lines that crinkle around the like edges of her cheeks and the crows of her eyes, like her crow's feet. I can't fucking speak. And she gives a very, very soft smile, and she gestures towards like a little dish of like little peppermint candies on her desk. And as she opens her mouth, the waft of a pack and a half of like, I don't, just pure fucking nicotine drifts in your direction. As she says, "Hello? Hi!" You just hear the strain in her voice. And you can just tell that she's been smoking for a very long time.
Evie will take one of the candies and just pick up the bowl and offer to I'm so sorry, I'm forgetting your character's name. Yes.
Oh, were you talking to me?
What's your character's
Yes.
name?
What's your character's name?
Elaine. Sorry.
Elaine. I thought I was Elaine. I should have just gone with Elaine. She will offer candy to Elaine and to Nathan as well before setting the dish back on the desk.
Nathan will take a piece and just
How
kind of give a
kind
grateful
and
nod.
Merci.
kind and generous, aren't we? I do so love the American spirit.
She kind of like tilts her head a little bit, and she like squints a bit. But she slowly nods. And she like gestures around with like a hand, like kind of just like propping the box of papers on her hip. He's like, "And how can I help you today?"
Hey, B,
My
you're gonna kill yourself.
Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Well, my name is Dr. Evelyn Chambers, and these over here are my lovely assistants. We were wondering if we could do a quick spot of research here.
What? She like tilts her head. It's like her ear towards you, leaning closer.
Evie also leans closer. If we could have a gander at your records, perhaps. I'm a doctor, you see, doing a bit of research on local happenings.
We don't have any ganders in stock.
Well, do you have any geese?
That's up
Nathan
the road.
Oh my
sighs
god.
and shakes his head and takes a half step forward. What my lady friend here is trying to tell you is we need to see your records, ma'am.
Oh, why didn't you say so? Okay, what are you looking for?
Bit of history from a neighborhood near here.
We have a lot of history here. We have we have everything kept here. We keep everything here. What do you Well, are you looking for the city, a person?
Kind of looks towards the other two. Are we just going for the house? Do we have something in particular we're trying to get to?
Probably should say history of that street or whatever, right? It's like a cul-de-sac or some shit.
Yeah, we could keep it to a history of the street. I mean, Evie did introduce herself here as a doctor and also at the asylum as a doctor. So, probably would not be unheard of for her to want to know more about that stuff from, like, if she were to introduce herself as a shrink here as well.
Hmm.
Oh, freaking hold on. The Corbett House? That's what it is? Would we have any, like, clue? I know it was not directly said, so it would be more of like a hand wave imply that it was talked about. Is it in a
Mhm.
particular, like, neighborhood or, like, part of the city or something?
And it's in a particular like neighborhood. That neighborhood actually, if I remember correctly, it's been developed more. You would know the area, the general area. You would know that because you have the address.
Okay. So he'll tell her that we're looking for the Corbett information on the Corbett house and whatever that neighborhood is.
Okay. She would nod. It's like, oh, there's, you see, we don't really have those open, actually. She like taps her finger on the side of her cheek as she thinks for a second. Like, are you looking for old stories on it?
Kind of glance towards the ladies and look back at her and just kind of nod.
It's like, oh, so you want to get down to the morgue? Well, the morgue isn't open to the general public, so you would have to get Artie to let you in. He's the editor in charge of it.
Well, can we speak with Auntie? Is he a busy chap?
He tries to keep himself busy, but I can get him for you.
Would you? I think we would all appreciate that.
She nods. And you see that rather than like moving herself, you see that she kind of just goes like, hey, to someone across the room. And you see that like everyone kind of just like tilts their head, turns her head towards her. And she kind of singles someone out. It's just like younger, like bookish guy who's like holding a little stack of boxes. and it looks like he was about to start heading upstairs. And she tells him, "Go get Artie. We need him." And he just nods. He just continues going upstairs.
The power of the
So,
senior receptionist.
That
yep.
woman has tenure for fucking days.
If when she retires, this place will fall apart.
You said the boy was carrying boxes and stuff, right?
Yeah, like it's the fucking boxes you see in movies and TV shows of like it's got like the lid and it's used to like carry like files and stuff. He's got like two of those stacked as he's carrying them up.
Let's be a little fun here. Elaine will walk up to him and grab one of the boxes. Give him a hand.
He's like,
Need a hand? I gotta remember this
he,
fucking accent.
yeah, it's okay. I didn't expect this. You see that he turns like he wasn't expecting the pressure to be let off as he starts going up the stairs. So his first instinct is, "Oh my god, I'm dropping them." So he kind of like lurches forward to try and catch it. But like as he sees it, like, "Oh no, it's not falling. It's floating. Oh no, it's being held by someone. Wait, it's being held by someone." He looks up to see Elaine. He's like, no, I don't need help. I'm just carrying these up."
They look rather heavy.
Well, they're just paper, so I'm just gonna hold them. Or carry them is what I'm gonna do.
So Elaine will just kind of smile, not letting go of the box,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll how am I gonna do this? Trying to charm the kid, essentially, is the idea.
All right. Roll me charm, and then you gotta like tell me what did she say.
So I can't think of words. The intention is
Mm-hmm.
just be like, hey, let me help you out, and
Mm-hmm.
what's your name? Just kind of seeming to show a bit of interest.
Interest in helping?
Interest in maybe thinking he's cute or something. She's
Okay.
she's
Okay.
exaggerating a bit. You know what I mean?
It's like, oh wow, these look so interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Okay. Roll charm. Jesus Christ.
She kind of, tilts her head back, flipping her hair a little.
What does she say?
Hmm. How does this kid look? Or this guy
He
look?
he looks like slightly nervous, but not overtly so. It looks like he's very caught off guard. He's like, you're is very much a like nervous because this is an unknown person holding boxes that are important,
Hmm.
but he doesn't want to be rude and tell her to drop them.
She she says, no, no, no. Let me help you. I work as a journalist across the sea. I'm used to this kind of work. Plus, it looks very heavy.
See that like calms him down a little bit as he just like nods his head as he like straightens up a bit. Just like, well, I'm just taking this up to the second floor to Artie's office actually.
Oh, then I shall join you. Oh, what is your name?
It's Davis. And yours?
I am Millet. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. I mean, if it's heavy, I don't want you to carry something that's heavy and it's also kind of important. And I don't know if he would, yell at you if he saw you carrying it.
No. I will leave it outside the door, yes?
Okay. Yeah, that works.
No one needs to know.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. That'll work. Okay, so let's go. And he'll lead.
She kind of winks to the group and heads off to assist.
Yeah, like, dude's been carrying boxes all day. This pretty girl offers to help him. He's like, you know what? Why not?
The idea, by the way, is to try and get an idea of the layout of the place a bit,
Okay.
or get any see if there's people talking as they're walking, kind of thing. I don't know what the layout of the place is, but I just imagine like in the movies, everyone's bustling around. We got news and shit.
Yeah, we got news.
Got news.
We got extra. Roll me a listen to see what you can pick up, because he's gonna like try and like have some small talk as you guys walk, because he'll feel awkward just in total silence.
No.
Unfortunately, any bits of chatter that you do pick up, it's very inconveniently timed that whenever you see people start chatting and you're about to get into earshot with them, he asks you a question.
Wait,
He's
pause
like,
for a
so
second.
where are you from? Mm-hmm.
What was the thing that refilled every session? Or reset every session?
Oh, yes. Luck rolls. Luck checks. All right, everyone roll a luck check.
Which is...
Just click the luck button.
Yep. You're just rolling luck. And if you fail, you add 1d10. So, Kira and Iris, both of you roll a d10 and add that to your luck.
Hey.
Forgot to put on edit mode.
It caps at 99, right?
It should.
How do we edit?
You click the edit mode.
Top right.
Ah, right. Messy.
Sorry, I was just staring at this sheet for a second. I'm like, I thought there was some number that was supposed to change. I don't remember what it is.
No, you're absolutely right. I completely forgot.
Oh my god. 54? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck it. Can I use luck to get this to work?
That's a lot of luck, my friend.
That's 40 luck.
Why not?
Because if you have to roll luck later on sometimes, or like fucking die.
Is that true, Amy?
Yeah, there are luck checks of like, hey, can my character do this? Or is there conveniently this around? I would call for a luck roll. Hey, how lucky is your character? Or say there's another important roll that you'd want to use luck on. I'll say that you can if you want to. However, 40 is a lot of luck.
I'm trying to get leads, but fair point.
Because you look at that, you gotta remember, if you take 40 out of that, you're gonna be left with 14.
Mm-hmm. But you get more if you fail, so it's okay.
If you
right?
fail, I've been in a group with someone who never had above 10, because whenever he got above 10, he'd use it. And also, luck checks, he would miraculously pass them.
That's
So there'd be
insane.
sessions where he'd have one luck for a few sessions. So I'm not going to stop you. However, as the keeper behind the screen, I would say it is not worth it in this instance.
Okay.
You will not be getting 40 luck worth of information.
Well, thank you, oh gracious DM.
Okay. also there's this thing in like Pulp Cthulhu that my previous keeper brought into the game, regular Cthulhu, is that if your character dies, one time per character only, you can spend 30 luck to have them miraculously survive.
Ooh.
Oh.
I was gonna say, like, would you guys want to do that in this game?
So that I don't die, yes.
I like survival mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Okay. Cool. All right. So that's also a thing.
See, that's
Okay,
the
so
thing
always
about this
keep
group
30
is
luck.
that we are not used to Call of Cthulhu and are
Mm-hmm.
overly attached to our characters. So
Yep.
we're gonna fucking fight tooth and nail to keep them alive as long as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because you guys are not used to it, I hope you're okay with me being like, you're not gonna get enough information to warrant 40 luck.
No, that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
If that is the case, though, if this is allowed,
Mm-hmm.
if she's having such a hard time getting information, like he keeps asking questions, engage with him a bit more. Learn more about this kid.
Okay. This is my karma.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. Well, you just lean into it, going up, traveling through the hallways and shit. You learn a good synopsis about him. You know? He's born and raised here. He was an intern here, and now he stepped up to a junior editor, which just means intern advanced.
Advanced gopher.
Yeah, advanced gopher, essentially. He gets a nicer name tag and a very, very slight pay increase, and that's it. He has gone from making coffee runs to making like package runs. For example, all of this in the boxes is like research and shit from different departments and like raw unedited things. He essentially graduated from coffee boy to gopher boy. But yeah, he has dreams of being a journalist though. He really wants to like write a piece in the paper and make the headline, you know?
Any particular like section he wants to get interested in, or like I don't know, like sports versus big news or politics. Like, what's his interest?
His interest, and Amy is fucking illiterate. So I'm like, what are the I've never fucking read a newspaper before.
His interest is the Roman Empire.
No. Oh god.
He wants to be part of the horoscope section.
You know what? Fuck it. He's really into um kind of the tragic things that happen day to day. He talks about how he's in his school's like school newspaper and it was only sports and he was just really sick of it. And he got here and he got a job here after he read a very moving piece about a tragedy that happened in the city. And that's it. That's what you get out of him in your like 10-minute walk.
Oh, we can walk back once he's done with his conversation.
Motherfucker. Alright. Fucking he gets to the door. You get to the door and he's about to knock on it. The door has the name Artie Wilmot, editor. And he's about to knock on it, but he stops and he stares. He looks at you. He's like, just hold on one second. Just stay right here. All right? He like puts like a finger to his mouth, like a shush gesture, and just fucking knock, knock, knock. And you just hear a come in, just muffled through the door, a very gruff voice. You just hear the guy go, hey, hey Artie? We need you downstairs. You just hear a groan. He's like, Gracie said to come downstairs. You hear another groan, but you also hear the squeaking of a chair as he gets up. And then you see the guy walking with you just takes the box, opens the door slightly, puts the box right inside the doorway, grabs the box from you, puts it in the doorway, and then gestures for you to start walking. And he's going to start walking too. Very quickly.
Yep.
Very, very quickly. He's like, nope, speed walk, just right back down the way you came.
Yeah. She'll follow him. Is he watching her closely?
I mean, he's not walking in front of you. He is walking slightly behind you,
Okay.
just in case. Artie peeks out the door. He sees him first.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So she'll ask. What sort of tragedies have you read about? So what interests?
Well, he looks over his shoulder as he turns the corner. He's like, okay. Shootings mostly. It's kind of really abrupt way to go,
Oh.
and there's a lot of violence these days. So I think that if we can report on it and more people will hear about it, that maybe it'll make a difference.
Going to those sort of scenes, though, could be very dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very brave of you.
I mean, I haven't really gone to a scene yet. One day maybe.
But
But as of,
even just the thought. She kind of puts her hand to her mouth in like oh my kind of thing.
he just rubs the back of his neck. Yeah, that's a long ways off though. But, one day, as he starts quickly going down the stairs, gesturing for you to hurry up.
I am sure you will make it very quickly though.
He nods, and there's a small smile.
I recently read about the what was the Usher house?
It's not the Usher house.
I don't know why I thought Usher house, but what is the
It's
house?
because Fall of the House of Usher is a thing, but Usher is Matt's last name, which is why I was like, wait a second.
Oh,
I
wait, no,
remembered
she was
that.
talking about this last night, huh?
Mhm.
That's why it popped up. Okay.
Corbett.
What's the house?
Corbett.
Corbett. I recently read about the Corbett house. Do you know anything about that?
He looks, and there's a slight falter in his step. It's like the Corbett house.
Wait.
It's kind of an urban legend at this rate. I've heard about it. I've never been there, but I've heard about it.
Oh.
It's just, well, I don't know. People think it's cursed. I mean, I'd never move in there.
Do you think it is cursed?
I mean, I've never really been there, but I don't really believe in that kind of stuff, so it's probably just a coincidence.
Has there been more than one incident?
I mean, there's all these stories about everyone who moves into it just, something happens.
But not to the point of being the paper, no?
I mean, maybe. I wasn't really reading the paperback at that age. Well, I mean, I was, but parents didn't really let me read those parts.
Mm. She nods in slight understanding. I just heard there was a big incident, and a wee bit curious.
Yeah, uh, most recent people didn't. It didn't end well.
Mm. I thought there was a different one, so not the most recent.
Uh, I don't know about that one. I really know the most recent one because it was in the paper.
Hmm.
Artie was actually the one who edited that story.
Oh.
But we should go. We should hurry up because he's probably around the corner. And he like ushers you like back down that last stretch of hallway where you see the receptionist desk come into view, where Evie and Nathan are, and
Nathan has stepped
Evie and
away
Nathan.
and is letting Evie and the receptionist have their time because they don't understand each other.
What are you guys doing?
Left out to pastures, I see.
Yep.
Evie will attempt to make small talk. I don't know if she's going to be very successful, but she's going to attempt to make small talk.
Attempt to make small talk. You see, it's a bit difficult because of the hard of hearing and also the British. But I imagine that there is some like semblance of communication over the course of the 10 minutes.
Evie's gonna start gesturing with her hands, and I feel like as she does that, she at some point is like, I see, I have to be a bit Italian with it.
You just see like Nathan, who is just like, I don't know, she probably picked up some paper that's laying around in the lobby and is kind of skimming over it. You see him just kind of like look up, his mouth open, his mouth closed, shakes his head, looks back down to the paper. Not gonna touch that one.
See, the lady has like taken to like communicating via at one point getting out a fucking pen and paper. She's like, I can't hear you. Here, write this down.
Evie will return the paper, having written stuff down. Of course, it's in the British spelling, though.
Just, oh,
Extra
dude.
U's all over the place.
She's like, she would definitely comment on that. She works at a fucking newspaper. She'd be like, you spelled all of this wrong.
No, I spelled it correctly. It's
There's
the
no.
colonies that spell it incorrectly.
It's the whose knees?
You
No,
damn sure
there's
it was a
no
woman.
U in color. It's C-O. She like
Well,
writes it on the paper.
There must be a U in colour because you hold the second O longer, and that's what the U signifies.
Color? No, it's not held longer. It's with some oomph, you know?
Oh, I've got plenty of oomph, I assure you.
More. We need more.
It's just this for like 10 minutes.
Nathan goes and
I
sits
am
down on a
so
bench
entertained.
across the lobby. I am not with the woman who is insisting on calling us the colonies.
You do see that like they're getting progressively louder because here. But people just kind of they kind of look up once, but they just go back to what they're doing as if they're used to this. And see one lady gives Nathan like a look of just like first time.
Just tired. Tired, man.
You see that she looks him up and down, sees the fatigue multiplying throughout his entire body, and she kind of just like gets closer and she kind of like whispers and like leans in a little bit. She's like, "We have a coffee machine upstairs. If you want me to grab you a cup too."
He kind of looks over at her, and there's like this like consideration for a moment. Well, if you hadn't yourself up that way anyway, and it won't be too much trouble, I think that might actually be appreciated.
She gives a nod. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be in the lobby for the rest of the day, and I'm gonna need it too."
Sounds like you also need some earplugs.
No, we all need to hear her.
Are you sure about that one?
Maybe not for the next half hour, but usually, yeah.
Just like a little like I am sorry expression.
She gives like a shrug, and she's like, "Well, it's better than working with Wilmot."
Who now?
"Oh, the editor, Artie Wilmot. It's a lot easier than working with him, so Daisy is a breath of fresh air compared to him."
Bit of a pickle then.
One word for
Mm. Nathan nods a little bit. Just really demanding like my boss tends to be, or other types of problems.
She like tilts her head back and forth. "Well, I wouldn't want to talk badly about him, but
Considering I don't work here and I don't plan on working here.
mm, yeah, he likes to go on power trips, and well, he's a little sleazy about it too, and a little pompous."
Oh no. Little twitch in Nathan's eye.
Mhm.
You know what they say about them types. They always end up getting what's coming to them eventually.
"I can drink to that. Well, drink coffee, of course."
He just kind of nods and smiles.
Mm. And she'll look up towards the staircase, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get that coffee now. I think you're gonna need it." As she sees Elaine and Davis just like not booking it, but like quickly coming down the stairs. She's gonna go off upstairs around the corner. You see that Elaine, you see that Nathan has found a perch away from Evie. You see that Evie is currently in a debate about how the color gray is spelt.
This looks vulgar with an A.
No, vulture is spelled differently. It's not gray. Vultures have brown feather, black feathers. Have you seen one before?
Vultures have reporters' pads because you profit off of death.
Nathan immediately hops his ass up, walks over, just kind of slowly takes top of Evie's arm. I do think you may
Oh,
be stopping that right now. You're gonna get us in trouble if we even done anything here.
oh, could you hear that?
Shush.
Evie will look back to the receptionist, whisper, "I'll get you next time." And then turn back to Nathan with a nod.
You whispered, there's just like a look of like, what? Before she looks up at the two figures joining the group. And Davis will walk Elaine back to the group. And like as he's approaching, you're able to like hear that like he has started to like thank her. And as they walk and get into the earshot to hear the fucking Nathan tell Evie that like maybe you shouldn't say that at the newspaper place surrounded by reporters. And as he turns, Celine's like, "Oh, I don't think I ever thanked you. Thank you for the help. I really appreciate it."
It is no problem. I am happy to help. But if you want to make it up to me, would you like to go out sometime? Get a drink? Or get dinner?
Oh no.
Welcome to the pain,
God.
Amy. Welcome to the pain.
I'm gonna roll something real quick. Okay. 1 second. I gotta go do the fucking beeps.
Congratulations, Iris. You fucking broke the DM.
I just think it'd be good to have someone who works at the newspaper. Yeah, he's a gopher, but it's something.
Especially if Evie pisses off all the reporters in one go.
Uh-huh.
It
I'm
was, I saw the opportunity for a pun on vulture, and I went with it.
That was so good, though. That was amazing. But you see that, like, he looks at Elaine, he like stops for a second. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, let's see if I was free. I'm kind of working late sometimes, but I can do that, or we can do that. I can." Yes.
Is Evie within like earshot of this?
How would Elaine have brought this up within earshot? Hello.
I imagine like at the bottom of the stairs kind of thing.
Okay, so within view, but not earshot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Evie will call out, "I say, Elaine, are you being Parisian over there?"
I'm gonna put a muzzle on you, woman, one day. I swear to God.
I don't know the term, but I have suspicions.
Can I get a quick definition of what you mean by that, Kira?
I mean, is she being Parisian? This is not secret slang.
Oh,
When you
Evie
call
is-
somebody Parisian, is implying that they are being very flirty.
Yes.
that's a secret slang there, Kira. Thank you for the definition, Z.
Yeah, thanks, Z.
You forget that these two are children, Kira.
Oh, I see.
We are adults, okay?
Children.
You're younger than me. I'm pretty sure, Iris.
I'm still an
both of
adult.
them are younger than both of us.
Yeah, I know for sure Amy is, but
Well, I guess the elderly don't want to hang out with us, Amy.
No, we're just judging you on your lack of knowledge. Read some damn books, you stupid Gen Z.
Sola, when did you get here? So yes, Evie calls out after Elaine. Are you being Parisian over there?
I imagine it was the pushing the hair behind the ear kind of thing, you know?
God. You see that he has gone very, very red in the face. It's meinte, she's just joking. It's like he just nods. He's like, yeah, just joking. So I can. He like pats his pockets.
Elaine pulls out a little notebook and
Yeah.
she has.
He pulls out a card. He's like, I actually just got these, so you're the first one I'm giving them to. He gives you his card.
She's another.
He gives a smile.
She takes it and she'll. I don't know what she would write down on the fucking on her little notepad. Maybe the hotel she's staying at.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, that information. Where you guys are staying at. Yeah. There he is. As he just like takes the paper, just big smile. And kind of sheepish as he realizes how hard he was smiling. He'll take it and then he'll look up the stairs and you just see that like not the fear of God in his eyes.
But second best.
Third best.
I see, fear of the Holy Spirit.
He actually like pretty scary, to be honest. Just saying.
What'd you say?
Oh, I was just saying, isn't the Holy Spirit actually pretty scary?
I have no idea.
It makes people speak in tongues.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Welcome to the fucked up world of Christianity.
Hey.
Wasn't it like something burning branch? I don't know. I might be mixing up my religion lore.
Religion?
Religion lore.
That's a nice way of putting it.
My brain just fucking melted out of my ear a little bit, I think.
Iris is about to cause like another schism in the church over there. Wars have been fought over less, Iris.
I am. Look, it's religion lore, okay? It is a very good way of describing it. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, no, it's all good. It's all good. But you see fear of some amount in his eyes as he just like very quickly takes the piece of paper you gave him, just like tucks it in his jacket. And so just turns up the stairs just ahead of you, just like, right, I gotta get back to work. He's again like gives you like a nod and just like starts hustling back up the stairs.
She gives you know the way where you move your fingers individually?
Finger wiggle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Finger
finger
wiggle.
wiggle wave.
Nathan just pinching the bridge of his nose in the background, still holding Evie's arm so she doesn't wander off. Just plotting to put a muzzle on her and a leash on this other one.
Evie leans over to Nathan. Do you still have the locks changed since the last time a gentleman caller stopped by? There's so many of them.
I see him will have a lot of very sleepless nights trying to make sure nobody comes in on the houses or the hotel rooms that ain't supposed to be in there. You know, it's real inappropriate for you ladies. I know it's weird over there in Europe, but goddamn.
Well, see, this is why I never bother with men, not really.
He just looks at her, and you see there is something forming on in his brain about to come out, and he just like, nope. Looks, sees somebody coming down the stairs, and just nods in that direction. I think that's your man. Remember, try not to call us the goddamn colonies while you're talking to him.
Well, that's simply a matter of fact. These are the colonies.
Evie, you can get a shot if you say that to the wrong person.
What's a little bullet wound? Life needs some excitement every now and then.
Woman, I don't want a bullet wound because it's going to end up being me that gets shot. Now, don't say it.
Evie doesn't say it. She just smirks.
He just kind of like holding her arm once the guy gets down low enough on the stairs, and I'm assuming Ellie gets back over in their general direction.
But yeah, Ellie does get there like a minute or a couple minutes before already joins you all.
He just kind of gently pushes Evie forward a little bit and looks at Elaine and like lifts a hand and shakes a finger in her direction, but does not say anything. But it should convey the message.
Lifts hand, raises finger, as in a shame on you?
Kind of, yeah. She's like, you are causing trouble, man.
I do not know what you are talking about. I
He's
am
not
making
saying
friends.
he is not saying that out loud because there's a big boss immediately behind. It's just the gesture of like, you are causing trouble. We are probably going to be having a conversation about this later.
Elaine will just kind of shrug me like, what? I was just making friends.
Well, you see, dear, the trouble is that for every legitimate call we get about business, we get about 5 calls from your friends.
It's you took them not to call the workplace.
Grandma.
I do not know how they found us. She does not look apologetic at all.
One day you're gonna get in over your head, and ain't nobody gonna be able to help you none. And then we're gonna see how much you like keep making these friends when you're not supposed to be making these friends wandering off without anybody back there to help you.
Evie will lean in close and like cup a hand around her mouth. And you never know which one of them are fish people.
Can we please pretend to be just a normal group at least once while we're talking to this man? I don't think it's gonna be. From what I hear, he's got a bit of a temper. So, please, for my sake.
Oh, if he's one of the chauvinist types, shouldn't you speak to him?
You think I know what to say with this type of shit?
One more time.
You think I know what to say with this type of shit?
That's fair, that's fair. Evie will consider for a moment. She looks like she's doing math in her head on whether or not Nathan knows what to say. Well.
You two could always be a couple.
Evie tilts her head. And how does that advance the situation?
You both could speak to him on a more equal footing.
And all his sleaziness is gonna turn to her, and that's exactly what she wants, right?
I don't know what to do with sleaziness, it's true. Evie looks at Nathan, very level look. You're taking my last name, though.
The look that you get. We're not a couple.
But Monsieur Chambers.
But what?
Monsieur Chambers. Isn't that Evie's last name?
It is.
Yeah.
He shakes his head. You see, there's a nice little bit of history between my people and her people. I ain't taking on them English last names.
Well, I suppose we could come to an agreement about a different nation's last name. Like. Evie thinks for a bit, continues thinking. Right.
Nathan just gives one single firm nod. Turns his attention towards the dude as he's coming closer. I may not be doing the Irish accent, but he is still Irish.
Mm-hmm.
He just
That
was
is
born.
very funny.
He just came to the South early enough that he didn't have the Irish accent.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking if his mama ever heard him say that he had Chambers as a last name, ooh, he'd be dead.
All right. So
The shenanigans.
you see, as Nathan, as you look up to see undoubtedly the figure that you saw and spotted making his way down the stairs, as approached. And you see that he's got this like trench coat on. You see that he's kind of just like got a cigarette that was just like put out, and that he's kind of like tucking into his pocket. You see his black hair is like kind of messy, and he's got like stubble, like a 5 o'clock shadow. However, it's like 2 p.m. He's dressed professionally. He's got suit and tie on, but the tie is a little loosened, and the collar is kind of just like a little askew in a way that screams like, ah. He has, some say, he's the big shot editor. Therefore, he doesn't really have to be 100% to dress code. You see that he's got just like sour attitude and look on his face as he spots people he doesn't know at the desk. And he just like takes a look at Gracie, who has continued what she was doing before, which is just like sorting a bunch of things. And he just like tilts his head back to the group. She just lets out this like deep body sigh as he starts walking forward. He's like, all right, who called for me? Like, I was busy in a meeting.
Well, of course, we won't take but more than a moment of your time. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Dr. Evelyn Chambers Keegan.
There is just a blink, and Nathan's eyes go kind of unfocused for a moment, but he keeps his shit together. And he just kind of looks towards Evie out of the corner of his eye and then nods, kind of taps his hat a little bit towards this guy. And I'm Nathan Chambers Keegan.
His eyes turn to Elaine because that's just your names. He doesn't know. Get irritation.
The fucking wow, I had words, but
All of our brains have been short-circuiting a little tonight. It's fine.
a little bit. I am Eden. I am assistant to the doctor.
Indeed, and we're here on a bit of a research expedition. We were wondering if we could take a look at whatever information you've gathered about
That
the
one
Corbett.
neighborhood in Corbett House.
about the Corbett House.
He looks all of you just up and down, just glance over. He's like, "Why do you want to know about the Corbett house?"
Well, go on.
Like Nathan,
Oh,
was Evie
quick.
pausing for a second?
Evie did pause for a second, so Nathan can jump in if he wants.
1 second, because I want to clarify something.
Yes.
I'm going to put this here in the general because I found it and I thought okay, this is the vibe. However, it's a little bit too attractive. Just a little bit though. For arty. So it's not the official art, but this is the vibe.
That's just Mark.
You're right, you realize? No. Oh, fuck. And Joe immediately 100. I wish I could react to a react.
And Nathan,
I'll just put it here for organization's sake.
Nathan just kind of steps forward a little bit. His hands are in his pockets, kind of relaxed. My wife here is a doctor of psychology. She's working on the former owners, or trying to help them out a little bit. And, yeah, give them an unbiased opinion since we're not from around these parts. Figured seeing what everybody's been saying about that place might be a little bit useful.
So, I mean, I just wrote about it in the paper a couple of months ago. Not even. I don't fucking remember. You can just read that if you want to know more information on what happened.
Yeah, but look and see if there's anything more that goes further back. See if there's anything. He kind of looks towards Evie as he's realizing he's entering into bullshit territory he is not comfortable with. Environmental? Was that right?
Indeed, environmental causes are actually at the root of a great many issues. And so, while I do commend your reporting on that article, very well written, by the way, and terribly informative, I must inquire if there are any deeper sources that might be causing exactly what's going on here. You wouldn't believe the sorts of things that are possible.
Or any correlations in the past incidents?
Past incidents. Yeah. Why should I let, all yous into the morgue?
I hate that my first answer was because we're asking nicely.
Mm.
And mine is why not?
We're doing great here, guys.
I have an idea.
Oh boy. Why is
You
this
like-
party so unhinged? I feel like it's session 2 and this is like the most unhinged party I'm in.
And you see that as he says that, he kind of reaches into his pocket and just pulls out that cigarette and just fucking lights it. Because who's gonna tell him no?
The problem is I don't know any British newspapers, but my thought
Neither do I. Make him up.
There's the Times and there's the Globe would be your options here.
Okay, fine. British Times, sure. Fuck it.
No, just the Times.
Okay, the Times then. Well, the Times over on the across the sea wish to collaborate in trying to. Fuck, I can't words. The idea is, hey, there's people over. There's interest in this case over there, essentially.
Indeed, my compatriots at the Times have expressed some interest in the goings on here. You see, there was a dreadful murder of a similar persuasion in parts of London only a couple of months ago. That's part of why I was contracted to examine the situation over here as well.
And of course, you would be noted as being the originally reporting on the Corbett house.
You see, he kind of like tilts his head. He's listening. He still seems like pissed off though. Time is money, and so far, you guys have just wasted his time.
We do not need to see all of what is in the mark. Just anything pertaining to the Corbett house or that street.
And these two ladies here more than fast enough with their research, I can assure you that. In and out before you know it.
So he tilts his head. He's just like, yeah, I'm not about to have some of my staff go out rooting there for something for you. That would take way too much fucking time. So, you're asking for access to the Boston Globe's morgue, which is, kind of a big ask. And at this point, he's like thinking. And I will say that, like, the next response, I'd like a roll. Who is going to respond to that?
Who has the higher charm?
You can do a charm. You can do persuade. I
That's
would say
a separate
that
thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are two separate skills. There's also fast talk, which is kind of what Elaine's leaning towards with the bullshit about the Times, which is just trying to con him, lie to him. If you want to go the full-on aggressive route, you can also intimidate him.
I've got a 60 in charm, so I personally am leaning that way.
Do it.
Don't look at me. I'm not built for this.
Yeah, the highest I've got is in persuade, and that's a 30.
Okay,
That's
okay.
still better than me. I'm sitting here at like 10, 15, and 20. Nice 5 in fast talk.
Let me think.
So he essentially said, to sum it up, like, yeah, I'm not about to have one of my people go and search for your shit. We're all busy. So what you're asking here is just free access for yourselves. That's a lot to ask.
What if we came with dates?
I mean, you'd still be getting everything in those dates. Like,
Hmm.
and also, like, what dates do you have?
Well, it'd be
Oh.
more of like going to the library, getting the dates, and coming back. Is my
Mm.
thoughts.
I'm just confused as to why he's so protective over the archives of a newspaper. Like the newspapers weren't published for anybody to read.
I can tell you right now, Z, it's because he's an asshole.
Let me think. 'Cause I feel like charm has to be some sort of Evie trying to make an appeal based on just pure vibes more than anything else.
Mm.
Because she's not making an argument here that would be persuade, right? She's just trying to charm
Win him over, with
win him over.
friendliness.
Uh,
With kindness.
I think what I'll have her do is uh she will take Nathan's arm, right? And she'll put on like a very bright, happy expression. Um what was this guy's name? Artie Wilmot?
Yeah.
Well, you see, Mr. Wilmot, I'm not just anyone. I did go to Oxford, so I can promise you everything will be in wonderful hands. And my husband here is a former park ranger. There's no one in town more responsible than the two of us.
Roll me charm.
All right, here we go. Hey!
Hey!
Nice.
Hard success at that.
Hard success. Okay.
Wait, if I. What is it for, like. Is there an extreme success?
There
There is,
is.
right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be if it was like a 10? I wouldn't be able to use luck for that, right?
Do me a favor. Let me see
Mhm.
your sheet real quick.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this real easy.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
If you look,
verbose.
yeah, verbose.
I had it set to verbose. I don't know what happened.
I think you probably reset.
Yeah, I
Do
think
you want
it
me to just.
resets every single time you open the roll
Do you
20.
want me to, like, roll again?
Yeah, just roll it again. Keep your first roll.
Extreme would be a 12.
Yep.
So for 2 luck, I think that's
Yeah.
probably worth. Shit, sorry.
What?
I accidentally
okay.
rolled luck instead. All right.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'll use 2 luck to make that an extreme success.
Okay. An extreme success. Okay. So you see that, like, okay, we have a doctor from Oxford and a former park ranger. And you see that kind of just, like, piques his interest. And you see that he takes the cigarette. And you see he, like, takes the cigarette and kind of just, like, shoves it into his pocket, kind of stamping it out. As he, like, crumbles it. And he looks up and he's just like, good to use. Okay, I got an idea. What if, I get to cite the two U's for something in the future? ask for your expert opinions and all that for a paper.
Evie smiles and looks up at Nathan, and she's like, "Oh, I think that sounds agreeable. What do you think, darling?"
Nathan, who was okay with like his arm being taken because he has had to escort the girls around before. Here's Darling, and you just see a little muscle in his jaw work before he opens his mouth. Yeah, if you got anything that needs our expertise, I don't see why that would be a problem.
Great. He like pulls out a little book and he flips it and you see that it's like a little address book and he notes down one, what was it, Evelyn Chambers Keegan, and one Nathan Chambers Keegan, or Keegan Chambers
Chambers Keegan.
Chambers Keegan. Yep.
Of course, Evie put Chambers first.
Yeah, of course. He writes
Yeah.
down like actually like doctor from so and so, park ranger, blah blah. He's like shuts the address book, tucks it away. He just like tilts his head in the direction towards the stairs. He's like, "All right, come on, show you the room, and then you guys can show yourselves out."
Nathan will follow behind.
Evie will thank him and follow.
Blaine will follow the group.
All right. He will lead you downstairs without any question. And you guys are led to a room. And as he opens it up, you see that it's kind of dark until he pulls up one of the little drawstring lamp lights. And that kind of just like triggers some other ones throughout the room. And you just see stacks and stacks of boxes and shelves, different binders and notebooks and folders. Some of them are a little more dusty than others, but they all seem to be very like organized. But it's very, very dense. And he just gestures a hand of like, "Have at it."
Thank you, sir. Just gives him a little nod, kind of shoos Ellie and Evie further into the room.
Yeah, don't mention it. Shut the door. And he leaves.
Search.
Yeah, let's search.
All right, let's get some library use rolls going.
Oh shit!
Jesus Christ.
Don't forget to mark the things that you succeed at.
Mm-hmm.
I already succeeded at charm.
Library use. Oh,
No, I didn't.
that's Elaine. I saw an E. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, let's fucking go.
Because I was about to say, all Nathan does is he just looks around, finds a table he can sit at, and whatever like stack of boxes is closest is the one that he picks up.
He picked the proper box.
Okay, give me one
He's just
second.
expecting like them to come by, like drop in front of him like piles of shit of like, you look through this things. I don't think there's gonna be anything in there, but just in case, like look through it, and him just like, okay, this is their realm, this is their domain. You can spend 6 luck to get make that a success.
Good, but Elaine's got an extreme, so I'm fine not spending it here.
Okay. Oh, yes, now I remember why I had like 2 types of this. Or not 2 types, 2 of these tabs.
I'm just realizing Elaine is just Elwood's.
You're not wrong.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So, both Nathan and Elaine, like Evie, you get distracted. What does Evie get distracted by? She finds a story that kind of catches her attention.
It's something about fish. You know it's something about fish.
Mm-hmm. It's like some paper some like local college student did about like the fish life. Like this like, oh, evolution is happening right in our harbor.
It's an article about what Evie found.
Oh man, like an
There's like
article about
one
the
line in it.
shipwreck.
Yeah, there's like one of the first lines quote Dr. Evelyn Chambers about weird evolution is happening in certain species of fish.
Yeah, she's just going in there and getting terribly distracted by that.
Yeah, it's like it's doctor. It's like I'm quoted. Oh my god, my research.
I feel like she's heavily considering cutting out the article, you know?
Oh. All right. So between both Elaine and Nathan, the two of you find what looks to be the same thing. You guys go through a box about that like area, and you both find that there's just one file that both of these things reference. Essentially, you guys looked in different boxes, and you guys found that like, oh, what we're looking for is in this box over there, in this particular folder, and you both go to grab that one. Because there's one thing here, and it is one unpublished story from 1918. This is a feature story that was never published. It states that in 1880, a family of French immigrants moved into the house, but fled after a series of violent accidents left the parents dead and 3 children crippled. And the house long stood vacant. And then in 1909, another family moved in and immediately fell prey to illnesses. In 1914, the oldest brother went mad and killed himself with a kitchen knife, and the heartbroken family moved out. In 1918, a third family, the Macarios, rented the house, but they left almost immediately after they all became ill at the same time. I'm going to put a screenshot. And you guys see that this was never published.
So we're. What year are we?
1923. Or not 23. Fuck. I put the date at whatever. We're gonna take that
1920
19.
something.
No. It says the third family. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to delete that. I'm gonna say that the Macarios moved in 1923 to fit because I want to be in 23.
Are you just adjusting what you're sending, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Boop.
Yeah,
I don't have time. I don't have time to edit it. Okay.
And
That's
the
very.
Macarios. Sorry.
No, go on.
I was saying the Macarios is the current family, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're the ones that we went to go visit.
Mm-hmm.
They said they all became ill at the same time. Neither one of the parents said anything about their kids getting sick, right?
I don't think so, no.
Mm-mm.
The kids were drawing some weird stuff, if I'm not mistaken, but they're you otherwise fine, I think.
So, just clarifying, because this was an old paper that wasn't published, right?
Mm-hmm. It looks like it was paper that's like someone was making, um, and they essentially just like added to it with each instance.
Okay, so would be the equivalent of what would have gone out in the recent newspaper, but
Yes.
it got switched. Okay,
Yeah.
because I saw
They're
the 1918 at the top as well, so that's why I was like confused.
fucking.
So I was thinking like, oh, are these like descendants of the original Macarios? That's going on here.
Okay, so this is an unpublished story from within the past couple of months
Yes. I'm gonna
that
Thank
go.
says
you.
that this is the most recent family. It is the third family to fall prey to this since the original one in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
And there are no names given on the previous families.
Not in this one, no.
Hmm.
What's this the second lead?
There we go.
So my researcher brain, not Nathan's researcher brain, my researcher brain. Nathan has no researcher brain. Would say, okay, now we have, what is it? 1880,
Mm-hmm.
1909, and 1914. Trying to hone in on those couple of years and seeing if we can find anything else that seems strange and off about those years.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Yep.
I mean, 1914, there was a very notable thing about that
Yes,
year.
yes, but anything that would flag this group's attention.
Seems like a solid plan.
Do we need to roll again or something?
I'll just tell you right now, this is what's here.
So we gotta head to the library and look at the fucking microfiche.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Yes.
What are microfiche?
The devil. The absolute devil.
They are, so if you've ever seen a movie or a TV show, especially it's like set in the 80s or 90s and they're doing research and they're like at something that looks like a computer or something that looks like a old school like projector for like a classroom, and they're
Huh?
looking at the newspapers and you hear just this like click and then like there's the swoosh of like the newspaper to the next page.
Yeah.
What they are looking at is microfiche or microfiche. And they are essentially, here I can actually pull up a picture of one. They are very much the devil. When I worked in government documents, I was in charge of filing these things. It's a very, very thin, tiny piece of, like, literally like postcard size, index card size. And every one of those black boxes is a different page of whatever document is on that microfiche. And so you have to get it into the machine and try to zoom in and like function it to whatever page you need to go to, and then depending on the machine, it will flip you through to what you need to look at. It's just very time consuming, and they're very delicate, and it's very hard to like, if you're trying to pick up one and there is a stack of them, good luck trying to pick up just the one that you want. It's a fucking devil. They have to be stored in like little envelopes and shit so they don't get torn or bent, because if they get torn or bent, you can't read them. They don't fit in the machine anymore. If you have the wrong type of microfiche, it won't go into certain machines. It only goes into specific ones. And so then you get people pissed off, like, I need this one. Well, you need to go to the other machine on the other side of the floor, ma'am.
Why not just use Control F?
Iris, librarians and researchers of 1923 would have skinned someone alive for the ability to use Control F. That said, shout out to librarians today, though, because sometimes you be going into the library and asking for like a very specific question, and they just know which shelf it's on. Like, there's a reason you need a degree to be a librarian.
Librarians are fucking some of the glue that holds society together. And a large part of the full reason that they are the glue is that they don't go fucking insane for this type of shit.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for the lesson. So they also had no idea what microfiche were.
See, when I was in school, they took us all to the library and made us research something using the microfiche so that we'd understand.
I was not required to learn it. I just ended up working with it by unfortunate happenstance. And I literally, there was one day I got so mad at walking in and seeing a massive stack of microfiche that I was going to have to like go through and double check that they hadn't been damaged and file them in the right like envelope, and then get them downstairs and get them filed in the right cabinet and reorganize the shit that had been messed with to get them. I walked in, looked at it, and I almost got fired that day. Like, not even gonna lie, because like the boss lady was sitting in this like little workroom. I looked at it and say, I cannot handle another fucking day of microfiche. And she looked at me and she's like, that's very inappropriate. And I'm like, I can't. I've been working every day with microfiche for the past 3 months straight. I can't do it. I will do literally anything else in this department that needs to be done. She's like, but this is your job. I'm like, I will do something else, or I'm gonna just say that I can't come to work today and I'll walk back out, ma'am. And she let me go reorganize a different portion of the government document section because I was gonna lose my shit.
Aw. Yay.
So should we subject Nathan to microfiche?
Only
Be
if you want to
great
be
at it.
banned from a Boston library.
Alright.
Give
Well, I didn't
Nathan a
even know
book,
those
he'll be okay.
I didn't even know those existed. I'll be honest.
That's because essentially in the past like 2-ish decades, a concerted effort has been taken to digitize all microfiche, and so very few libraries, like research libraries, even have them, except for ones that are very, very rare or very hard to digitize.
Mm. Gotcha. Okay.
Weird thought. But the guy we spoke to was the editor, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
he's the one that okays what goes where, right?
Yes.
So he would know about this.
Yes. As in what was on that piece of paper you guys found? Yes.
Yeah. And it's recent, so we can't steal it.
I mean, you're free to like fucking copy it down.
Is there a name attached to it?
Fucking. That's all I got. That handout. That's all I got. That what you see, that is it.
But Amy.
Okay.
You know, you want to know what?
Amy.
Fucking fine. Davis wrote it.
Are you sure you want to say that? Are
Sure
you
you wanna
sure
say that?
you want to
Yeah.
say that?
This is such a cursed session. I love it.
Going once?
Because if you say
Going
that,
twice?
you know
Hold
what
on,
our
hold on,
next...
hold on. Time out.
Go.
Time the fuck out.
See?
Hold on.
Okay,
Wait.
writing it notes.
Wait.
Davis wrote it.
Wait.
Your Honor, the GM just said, fuck it, you know what? Therefore, whatever follows is canon, clearly.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man.
Well, see? It was a good idea. It wasn't a waste of time, friends.
Alright, Elaine, let's go talk to your new boyfriend.
Also, I hope it's okay that I just came up with the fact that Elaine has a lot of gentleman callers.
So, I just wanted to point out, like, I was gonna use just charm as like I need to get friends so we can get information. Not that she actually goes out with them, like, or like more than just what's needed.
Yeah, like, I don't know if she goes out with them. I think that she's just run this scheme a lot.
Yeah.
She just
Wait.
flirts.
Which then, because
Yeah.
she's flirting with the awkward nerd boys, they just keep coming to fuck around. Nathan's gonna stop kicking them away out of the fucking library, and you're just gonna have to start dealing with them yourself. Nathan's gonna just be, I'm done.
Yeah, like my idea of it was definitely not that Elaine like actually does date them unless you want to go that way. That's perfectly fine. But I figured she's done this a lot because she's so
Yeah.
comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
She just flirts, bats her eyes.
This is how we get our Marcus for this part of the story.
It's session 2.
Well, to be fair, Marcus came in like what, session 3, so
Oh. Fucking.
see, you can't argue with that because fucking Marcus is the fastest we fucking adopted a character and like just ran with it.
Yeah.
All the other ones that we've had, like the only exceptions are ones that came baked in with PCs when they were created, like Pierre.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ben Getty also was technically like
But
off the cuff.
he didn't come until several sessions later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're referring to okay,
Instant.
yeah, gotcha.
I mean, Micken. Also.
Well, Micken was actually like intended to be a character for the Academy.
Oh, okay. That wasn't one that we yoinked until later then.
Yeah, you didn't yoink him until you yoinked him from Academy into Spelljammer proper.
Okay. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. I stand by my fuck it, we ball.
I would, before you said that, I was gonna say, well, what we could do is we could let Amy figure it out over the time till next session, and then get an author by then. But this works too. So he just blatantly lied to her then.
I mean, he works on tragedies and shit.
But he just said he did. He said he didn't know anything. Interesting.
He's an awkward boy that had his fucking newspaper article turned down and rewritten by the big editor.
Oh, that's sad.
Aw.
Yeah.
So
She's
he's
like,
not
yeah.
going to admit to knowing anything because the editor probably called him stupid.
Yep. He spent all this time and research on it, and It was for nothing. He's like, yeah, I wrote this paper. No, it wasn't published. It's in the morgue.
He spent
Dying.
all that time reading the microfiche.
He did spend all that time reading the microfiche. Fuck it. Saves y'all a trip, I guess. Oh, God.
Not the chaos roll.
I will say, while this is happening, and you guys see this paper, and you see Elaine spots the author.
Elaine is quiet and waits for the perfect moment to strike.
Y'all are still in the room? Do you guys leave the room?
When we decide,
What's happening here with you guys? You guys have the paper. You guys are free to copy it down.
Yeah, I imagine it gets copied down, but I
Mhm.
imagine like even though there is nothing else to find, Nathan would like continue digging until somebody told him to stop, or he just came to the conclusion that there was nothing to look at.
Yeah, so probably some extra time just to make sure. Fine tooth comb this shit.
Elaine will make a copy of this and put the copy in where the original went. She's keeping the original.
Don't.
Oh my God.
Don't do that. You're gonna get him in trouble.
She left a copy.
She left a copy?
Fucking handwritten copy is not gonna be the same as the fucking typewriter shit that he was put in there. I don't think this is a handwritten thing.
No, this is typed.
Yeah. But she has it now because it deserves to be seen and framed or some shit. I don't know. something, boost ego, something.
Elaine is about to ruin this boy's entire life. He is about to write like forlorn poetry about her for decades after this.
Evie is gonna get us shot, and Elaine is gonna get us arrested.
Fucking. Oh, man. This poor fucking boy. It's like, alright, you have your copy that you put back in the folder. And just put it back in the box. And put the box back on the shelf.
Good.
It's not hard to copy a paper. Especially when you have the extra time with the others looking through to make sure that they don't miss any other clues. Because I'm assuming neither of them would think that you would, make a copy and then swap them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they would think that you're going to do the same thing, which is make a copy and keep the copy.
Yep.
That's the normal thing to do.
Thinking too much of this woman.
Yeah, see, you were saying that Evie is the chaotic person, and I don't know about that anymore.
They are both fucking chaotic. Ma'am, excuse me. Like I said, Evie's gonna get them shot by saying some dumb shit, and Elaine is gonna get them arrested for doing some dumb shit.
What a perfect party.
I'm gonna add a little more chaos to this.
No.
Oh, God.
Christ.
Oh, God.
No?
No.
Elaine, she's gonna take the original. So not the original thing by Davis, but the one that the chief editor did, and put it uh where she would have put her copy essentially instead.
Wait, what? What are you doing? So you're taking
the published article is now where the unpublished article was, basically.
You just swap them?
Yep.
Okay. You just
it looks less suspicious that way.
Switcheroo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fucking pick up a newspaper. Fucking take that little sheet out. Put it.
Elaine just became the reason that in like 50 years, when there's some poor graduate student that's like on the 3 a.m. drive trying to finish their research just decides that they have had enough and give up because you fucked up the entire archiving system by doing that one thing that nobody's going to notice. They're just
No
going to
one's
give
gonna
up on
notice.
life.
Yeah, no one's going to notice.
Yep.
Oh, you just fucked up someone in the future.
Hmm.
Fuck their whole day up. Pull
You
their
know,
whole life up.
I'm sure she's had moments like that before. So, it's her
Oh my
turn.
god.
It's her turn to be
Eh,
the arbiter.
no. That's the type of mentality that makes fucking grad school toxic, man. You bitch. No.
Everyone gets one.
The real
Mm-mm.
sand damage
Mm-mm.
in Call of Cthulhu is Z having to relive grad school.
Oh god.
Yeah, you being like, well, everybody has to feel like this way once, so I'm just gonna make somebody else feel like the urge to reach through the internet and strangle you for that thinking was real for about 0.2 seconds.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, back to the game real quick
I think
before
it's too
this
late for
leads to
that.
violence. No. We're gonna bring it back. Take it back, take it back now, y'all.
What happened this time?
Alright,
Hop back into the game.
let's do the time warp.
Oh my god.
So, gonna cut that thought before it can, marinate. You all have made your copies and moved some things around. You've double checked all of the stuff. Elaine has a copy, quote unquote, of the paper in her possession. Where are y'all going now?
The library? Question mark.
Library.
I figured Elaine
Cool.
was gonna go fucking hunt down her boyfriend.
Oh yes, we do have to do that.
Yeah, she would want to officially get a date with him. Set something up like that, but we can go to the library. Yeah.
Okay, well, he's just moving boxes, man. You catch him another door, another room in the basement. He's just moving shit from like some other records thing up to the different offices and stuff. So it's very easy for you to just catch him, flag him down.
So that he can continue his work, Elaine will essentially do what she did earlier. So that, being helpful, seeming nice, yeah. But yeah, she just want to get an official date with him and like set a time and place, whatnot.
Oh, this poor man is going to die on that date, isn't he?
I mean, again, Marcus didn't die.
Edie is in charge of chaperoning that. Nathan needs a night off.
Mm. Yeah.
Chaperone.
Oh yeah, this is the 1920s, bitch. You think you're going alone?
Yeah, so
You don't simply see a man alone unless you've entered a formal courtship.
Really?
Mm.
Huh. I need to do research.
Yeah, but no, you can very easily. He will gladly accept the help to move some more boxes, and you can set up time and place. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Wait.
Mm. So you set up. What'd you say?
No, I was just giggling, that's all.
Oh, okay. Set up time and place. You guys make your way out of the building. Fucking, you guys have. There are so many fucking taxi rides in this one fucking day. Or you could take, public transport, other public transport,
For a walk.
around. It's not too far. It's not too far. It'd be like, what, half-hour walk at most. Going a little more downtown, you go into the central library. And as you guys get there, it's just a very, very large library. Rather than being cramped in like a fucking dank ass musty room at the bottom of the Boston Globe, this is a building that isn't like crowded at all. There's people here and there, but they're all, minding their own business. It's a library. It's quiet time. So yeah, there are librarians putting away books, helping people look at things. Everyone's talking in hushed tones to not disturb each other. See that the windows some of them are cracked open slightly, just enough to let in some of the cool breeze coming in from the bay. And it's just a very, very calm atmosphere. It's approaching, like, I'd say at this point, like, what, 4 p.m.? It's what, a little close to dinner time. You guys are getting a little snackish, but no eating in the library. And you guys can spend some time here. All of you can roll me library use. As you can just go in and start looking for shit.
Elaine, no! You're
Not
our
today.
best hope! Oh god!
Holy shit.
I don't want to roll now.
Nathan.
Nathan!
Hey!
Yay! Let's fucking go!
I'll spend one luck to get a hard success.
Okay. So because of that, you're going to find 2 things. It takes you a couple hours. I feel like both Evie and Elaine, it's not that they can't find it, it's that they find things that pique their interest instead. They're a little too good at researching.
Yeah, they're getting terribly distracted here.
Yeah, they're getting very distracted. And I feel like Nathan is the only one with the discipline to stay on task.
He just wants to find what they need to find so that he can leave and get dinner.
Oh, he's motivated by hunger and hunger alone.
Hunger and the nice cushy bed at the hotel.
So, you find... Do you want... Hold on one second. If you guys want, you guys can spend a little more time here, and all of you just give me one more roll. Just see if we can just knock this out.
Another library use.
Yep. Just another one.
Another.
Evie, you're getting so distracted.
You're
Elaine.
supposed to
How
be
do
the
you-
best of us, Evie.
No, see, what I love about this is why Evie has a research assistant.
The fact that Roll20 hates me is working out in my favor this time.
Nathan is some kind of research god.
Quick question. How do you set it so that it shows the things at the bottom?
If you look at the top of your sheet.
Verbose at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Roll options, yep.
got it. Thank you.
Alright. So with those 2, Elaine finally remembers the task. And Nathan is just motivated by, if we finish, we can get dinner. And then I can sleep. And I can pretend that I'm not here. And you find a couple of different things. Let me just double check. Yep. 1, 2. Oh. Okie doke. Now, since you have the dates, you're able to look for very specific things. And you see that there aren't really any, like, things recorded for the families of that that you were looking for. However, you are able to find things about the house itself and things connected to the house. So, I'm just going to give it to you in a time order. First one thing you find is just about the original house. The original owner builds it, but immediately falls ill and sells it to a Mr. Walter Corbett. The next thing you find is Mr. Walter Corbett has been sued by his neighbors. Oh, no, stop. You see
Unauspicious
that
demeanor.
you then find out the results of that case. You see that Corbett won the lawsuit. And then you find the last one. There was a follow-up recording. That second lawsuit. There is no outcome to it. At least not one that was recorded. And all of this happened so he died in 1866.
So he was sued in 1852. Lives
Mm-hmm.
for a
By his
little
neighbor.
over lives a little over a decade after that lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
And then is being technically his estate would be being sued
Mm-hmm.
to keep him from being buried in the basement.
Yes. But there's no outcome to that.
And so this is where we have to go to the fucking record hall or whatever it is. Because there should be details on the lawsuits at the very least, if not his will as well.
See, this game really is just triggering research grad student Z, huh?
I left that life behind, man.
Just when you thought you were out.
We're just hopping places to places, aren't we?
That's what research is. Let me just put it this way. Most large universities have about 4 different libraries because they have to separate out like their legal shit and their government shit and their scientific shit. And so if you're doing weird cross like subject research, the amount of miles you walk just going between libraries because you can't access the shit you need unless you're in that library is insane.
The age of the internet has helped with that, I assume.
It helps you know that you need to go to that library, but you still generally end up needing to go to that library.
Oh.
They don't have every single thing digitized, especially not academic books and like academic articles from before a certain time period.
Well, at least you don't have to like search for whatever you're looking for. It's like, yeah, it's over here at the shelf, kind of thing.
If it's where it's supposed to be. I've also had that. That's why you triggered me earlier. The fucking swapping places. The one book I needed for one of my papers was in the completely wrong floor at one point, and I was gonna lose my shit.
Oof. It's not the same room.
That's somehow even worse.
All right. So,
Nathan triumphantly comes out with his fucking notes, kind of waving it in Evie and Ellie's faces. It's like, okay, we found our shit. I would like to get dinner. The reward for finding things that I find is food. Let's go.
uh let me see. Let me see something here. Let me see something real quick. Okay. Evie will, as Nathan emerges with the material they need, blink a little bit as she awakens from the fog of whatever 1920s Wikipedia hole she's fallen down instead of doing what she needs to do. Oh, my, you're on a roll today, aren't you? Yes, of course. Wherever you like. I can cover dinner tonight.
He just nods. He's gonna lead him out of the library and follow his fucking nose.
What's he in the mood for?
I don't. I am currently just staring at. No, I can probably. Is this the same thing? Yeah, yeah. I've got a magical resource for you, Amy.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
How much
I,
of a hub is Boston?
can you define what you mean by that?
Like, are there a lot of, I guess, foreigners here? Because I have never been to Boston, so I don't
There's a
know.
lot of Irish,
Irish. Hmm.
and I will not say anything else before I get tea and hot water on Twitch.
Disclaimer.
Now I'm looking at what Z posted.
Ooh.
You're welcome.
Ooh. All right. It is Nathan's pick.
He's probably just heading to wherever it smells like there's like some good soup or stew or something like that. He's a simple man. He's not heading anywhere fancy. He just wants good hearty food.
Good hearty food. Oh, I'm looking at this one. I'm just like, he probably smells the smell of a grill. Steak. And lamb with bacon. So I'm reading this menu. I'm just like, damn. All the smells wafting from this restaurant. You guys have your little dinner. Well, aperitif dinner.
There was a pâtissier. Does we best?
If it's still open and you want to get something on after we have food, sure, but cake is not a dinner. Cake is not a meal.
Besides, isn't there somebody you would rather have your little dessert with?
Hmm. It's not till tomorrow. It is a bit late, no?
Evie will dramatically, like, sigh and put a hand to her forehead. Ah, so I've still got my assistant for another day. Alas, tomorrow she shall leave me forever.
No, 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 no. Wow, I cannot. My brain is not working right now.
It's that time. Our brains are shutting down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something. No, I'd never leave you, Doctor. You have too much valuable information.
I still have use of you.
Yes. Playful way of, yeah, I still have use for you. Or use of you.
Evie will continue play acting along. Oh, it's only because she has use of me. How terrible. Nathan, I'm being taken advantage of.
Just like looks looks at her and just like this single brow raise. Like the two of you ain't using me for a whole bunch of shit.
Well, you are my husband.
No, mm-mm.
I did not expect you to actually do that.
Well, if you didn't expect me to do something, then why did you suggest it?
I thought it would be funny.
That was a joke.
Wait, I wanted to see Nathan's face.
You wily little minx.
It is not my fault you took me seriously.
This is why we receive sacks full of heartbroken letters every day.
Eh, it is not my fault they fall for my charms.
Rain, we received a wedding ring last week.
It was not big enough, so it was not important.
Oh boy. Nathan just keeps walking to the restaurant. Even if they're stopping, he's gonna keep going because they
We're
have
gonna
to
keep
catch up to
going.
him at some point.
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
He wants a restaurant, and he wants a hotel, and he wants bed. In that exact
Uh,
order.
Let's go eat. Let's go eat.
as you would think if they wanted to propose, they would have done it themselves, hmm?
The lad said he sent it as a token of his affection, since you only seemed to return them when he wrote to you.
What you got upset when we got so many letters.
Was that? I thought you were upset because we had so many letters.
Yeah, like we were getting so many letters that what else could I do?
Elaine, if you write back to them, they will write back to you, and we'll continue receiving more and more letters.
I mean, I told them to stop.
Be that as it may, you have to admit you have a certain effect.
Is that something you know from personal experience?
Oh god. Nathan starts walking a little faster.
Personal experience? Personal experience? Evie blinks. What the devil do you mean?
Elaine just bats her eyelashes jokingly. Uh, are you saying I am not detective?
I'm saying that if you spent just a fraction of the time that you spend curling your lashes every morning on research, we'd already be presenting back at Oxford about the Chamberians again.
Sorry. That was weird. Hang on. Be right back.
Okay.
Congratulations, the two of you have killed each other.
This is an extremely chaotic party.
How the fuck is this, the Call of Cthulhu game, the most chaotic party?
Sorry, I laughed, burped, and hiccuped at the same time or some shit.
Your
Wow.
body just hit a hard reset.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know. It just felt like I was choking and dying, and also trying to laugh. Oh fuck! I don't remember what was said, but banter, banter, banter. Sorry.
I think that is when Nathan has selected the restaurant. You guys just see him in the distance, just not too far ahead,
He's far enough
going
ahead
to the building.
that he looks back, sees they're further back. He just whistles really loud until he sees both of their eyes turn in his direction. He nods and he goes through the door and he gets his dinner.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, my brain is done. I can't do much else.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
we're
I think we're
ending.
getting there.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
worry. Don't worry. We are ending with all of y'all going to bed.
Hey.
Nap time.
Mm.
And then
It was just research day.
we go ahead and get fucking another Iris, I swear to God.
Sorry. It's yellow. See,
I.
okay.
Ooh. That means we get another 20. Iris, God damn it.
I stopped clicking. I literally stopped clicking.
That means we get another $20 next session, right?
Yes.
Where do we put our money?
I'll say that you guys are gonna get a lump sum at the end of this of how many days you guys spent.
It's under
He'll pay you
possessions.
today.
Okay.
Your cash.
Mm. Yes, add to the cash.
Okay.
Okay. So